Hello my friends, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to my channel. My name is V Valera and I'm the author of Readers. You can find information on how to purchase my novel in the description box below. Today I wanted to do something totally different from what I usually do on my channel because I figure these are different times, so we're going to do different things. So today I broke out my beloved special deck, the Goddess Oracle deck, and I also have my Goddess deck here. This is Tarot, this is Oracle. And so what we'll be doing today is we're going to start with the Goddess Oracle deck to see what they have to say, and we'll also use the help of the Goddess Tarot deck as well as my other decks if necessary. So let's get started. The crystals I have on top are on the Goddess Oracle deck, it's my Dragon's Blood for courage. Excuse me. And then I have my Amethyst on the Goddess Tarot deck, the Amethyst for soothing and calm. And also my Salt and Pepper Jasper for balance. Balance is always key, especially at these times when things seem out of balance. So I'm going to set this aside for now. I've already shuffled and extensively off camera for each deck, but as you know, I will shuffle on camera for you as well. Wow, excuse me. I think they have a lot to say. I have been doing that for the past several minutes, clearing my throat. That usually means they want to say something. And I've also prayed and meditated on the cards. So now we're going to ask for 3 oracle cards. Any messages that they'd like for us to understand. Here we go. Now I don't know which direction this reading is going to go, if it's going to apply to world events or if it's going to be a love reading. I have no idea. We just will listen to what they would like us to know. Okay. They're going to come out when they damn well please. Okay, that was a lot more than 3 cards. It's 6, so we're going to take it because that is what they want to say. All right, just want to make sure you can view it in the camera. All right, here we go. The first card is Sophia, Divine Wisdom. Second card is Elin, Patterns. Third card is Athena, Knowledge. Fourth is Scold, the Future. Fifth card, Hera, the Alliance. And Shakti, Transformation. Well, they have a lot to say, like I said. Aren't these gorgeous cards? I love them so much. Okay, I'm going to Now there's two options for these oracle cards. We can read the empowerment message or the alignment message. Okay, so they're saying right now, to me, right now, the world needs help in alignment. So that is what I'm going to read. And then I'll also let you know any messages that they're saying in terms of it, as it's just like a usual reading. Okay. Sophia, Divine Wisdom, Alignment Message. When you are disconnected from your higher power, you begin to believe that you alone are the source of abundance in life. It is wise to commit to a conscious and deliberate daily connection to a higher power. When you forget to do this, you may place too much attention on materialism, work, money, goals, and the like. The goddess Sophia reminds you that it's the spiritual aspect and the invisible aspect, the essence of your desires, that means more than the form. You may be mistaking something false for divine guidance right now. It's time to come back into alignment and receive true divine guidance, divested from wishful thinking or ego attachments. Opening to the wisdom of the mystery of the universe is your alignment task now. Let the goddess Sophia guide you to your magic. The most meaningful and beautiful expression of yourself is waiting for you. Okay, so the goddess of Sophia came out right now. To her alignment message is as I always say in my readings, the first card sets the tone for the rest of the reading. So her alignment message is pretty paramount. In the world right now, the status of the world, there's a lot of confusion, chaos, sadness, grief, depression, they're saying. And so what they are asking you is to, in order to help you cope with these times, they're asking you to connect to your higher power. It's going to lead you to a more authentic truth than what you've been living. This is what she's saying. Than what you've been living, and also who you've been following. She's saying there's a lot of false prophets out there. And just so you know, I am not a prophet. I convey the messages. So I wanted to delineate that. Okay, so now we'll go to Goddess Elin, patterns. Alignment message. Familiar patterns show up when you fall asleep at the wheel of your life or when you expect things to be a certain way out of habit. Whatever conditions are recurring for you right now, you are being invited to see them as an opportunity to move beyond the limits of your expected disappointment or habitual behavior. If you do what you have always done, then you can expect the same patterns to continue. If you don't want to repeat a lesson or find yourself back on the same path with the same people, same conditions and results, then you must choose to think, do, and be differently. Elin of the Ways offers this alignment task. Make a commitment to change your way and choose to allow for new paths to be explored. It's time to take a look at your need to always wonder if the other shoe will drop, and how you remain in familiar territory although you're not content. Elin will show you the way out. You just need to want to follow. Okay, so this is speaking to the collective, the whole world. It's like, obviously, the universe is stopping time, essentially, stopping the world. It's stopped the world in its tracks. And the underlying message, the huge fundamental message that they're telling the world is how you've been conducting yourselves, what you've been doing, it did not work. And so in this time where we're made to go within our homes, go within ourselves, in this time, they're asking us to observe patterns and understand where our personal patterns have led us. And if they have not led us to any good, they're asking us, she's asking us to go beyond your patterns, to move away from your patterns. And if you need help, she's saying call upon her. Her name is Elin of the Ways. I say Elin. I don't say Ellen because there's not two L's, so I say Elin. I could be wrong. The Elin of the Ways. So, and the little subject line is patterns. So take a look at what you've been doing. She's saying because it's not working. It's not been working. And that is in terms, she's talking in terms of how we treat people, how we treat animals, how we treat the environment, how we treat the world, how we treat each other. Greed. She's showing me the word greed in big capital letters. Okay, and now we go to Athena for knowledge. Alignment message. Sometimes logic just isn't enough to determine the truth of your situation. Right now, things don't add up or make sense, so you may find yourself distrustful. Ingenuity and curiosity are called for as you face the unknown. Don't jump to conclusions. All the information has yet to be revealed, and it won't come by force nor by overthinking and overanalyzing. Athena offers you the alignment task of releasing any projected story or expectations and accepting that you don't have all the facts needed to make an informed choice. Ask for clarity, remain open and receptive, then wait for the will of the divine to respond. This is the correct and most beneficial strategy now, and the goddess Athena is ever present to help. So what I'm hearing for this message is that we are not even at the peak of this time of the virus. There's things that have yet to be revealed about the virus, about our health, about conditions. So this is what she's saying. It's kind of a complex message. So she's saying it has to do with a pattern. Instead of falling back on the old pattern of maybe projecting what you would like a situation to be or what you think a situation would be, or listening to people, she's saying distrustful people, listening to what they have to say, and they're talking about the politicians. They're saying keep open to, keep receptive, malleable, that's the word that she's showing me. Keep malleable to the knowledge that's going to be presented to you. Because this is her phrase, because it's not over yet. She's saying the divine will be revealed. Okay. 46. Scold, the future. I don't know why I said the number. That might be significant to someone. Alignment message. When you become overly fixated on the future, you rob yourself of the capacity to truly co-create a life that is meaningful and rich. It's because doing so gives your power away to something, some destination that has no substance. It's like you are wandering around in a ghostly place that the goddess Scold warns you to avoid. Perhaps you've been taught that better things come later, like getting to the wonders of heaven after difficulties on earth. The truth is that you can get back into alignment, so consider this. Your life now and how you respond to it are the seeds that will grow into your future. She wanted me to say that very clearly and slowly. Your alignment task is to remove all the weeds before they choke the life out of your intentions. Bless your life today. Find the lessons in the conditions of your world and be compassionate to yourself and others. We are all learning to find strength in our most vulnerable selves as the world changes rapidly around us. The goddess Skald is with you all the way and always. Yeah. So the message here is that there's a whole new world being birthed. That's her phrase. There's a whole new world being birthed. And how, okay, so this is very important. How, during this time where we're all being called to stay indoors and go within, well, staying indoors is causing us to go within while we are being called to do so. Just because we are indoors not doing anything, quote unquote, that doesn't mean that seeds are not being planted. This is the exact, she's saying, ripe time to plant the seeds inside you now. Because when this does pass, the seeds that you've planted during this time of going within, they will bear fruit. So what does that mean? The seeds of kindness, the seeds of love. They're showing me seeds of, I'm hearing one word, but they're showing me another. Community. Okay, custodianship. Showing me animals. Nature, the environment. So the seeds that you are thinking, what you are thinking about sows seeds within you today that will bear fruit later. So she's asking you to not worry so much about the future, but know that what you're doing now does affect the future. And her message is like, listen, I've got the future. You don't have to worry about the future. We want you at this time that we are all called to, they're telling me to tap into the inner knowing. She's got the future. You're being called to sow the right seeds. Sorry, she's saying seeds of righteousness now. Because the present is all we have. The future isn't here yet. The past is gone. So all we have now is this very moment, and this is what we have control of now. And she keeps saying, listen, I've got the future. She keeps saying that. Like, I've got the future. I am Scold. But it's very important to them, to the spirit world, to the universe, that you plant the seeds of love now. And they're playing the song in my head. Sowing the seeds of love. I'm sure I'm off key, so I really apologize, but look up that song. Okay, now we'll go to Hera Alliance. Alignment message. There is a feeling of unease that sets in when you are in an unhealthy power dynamic with another person. As a result, you may compete with and blame others for your discomfort, just as goddess Hera did when faced with evidence of the many betrayals of her husband Zeus, king of the gods of Olympus. Like she did, you might even stand up for someone who abuses their power to avoid seeing your own role in perpetuating the myth that you need to be a certain way to be accepted or valued. You may think the benefits of your willful blindness outweigh the price you're paying, but Hera knows that this will not serve you as an empowered, sovereign person. Fear and denial making for a potent hypnosis. Fear and denial make for a potent hypnosis, one that's passed down generation to generation. No one chooses this dynamic intentionally. You may have stayed in a disrespectful relationship because you felt that the alliance served you in some way, such as giving you security or status. Hera wants you to be aware of these traits in yourself and be empowered in your own right, not through attaching yourself to the dominant power for a false sense of safety. Stand tall and choose collaborative partnerships with deep mutual respect and encouragement. Don't chase what's popular or who will make you look good. That won't last. Look for equality and see yourself worthy. Ask yourself, Who would I be without this dynamic person situation? Your alignment task is to open your eyes and choose another way. Belong to yourself and align with the great goddess pulsing through your heart and the whole world. She is the one with the real power. Okay, so throughout this entire alignment message that I've read you, all she showed me was politics. She's showing how there is a large group, she's saying sheep, large group of people following a political one. And many of you may probably infer and know who this is, but there are people who are following a certain one, and they're just very lost. They're going to follow him. She's sorry, it's jumping around. It's like she's saying denial. You're going to follow him, like she's saying, like off the ledge, off a cliff, or that they would, but she's saying this is an energy that's happening. This is a situation that's happening right now, and most likely the people who are watching this are not one of that are not people who belong to that group, because people who tend to believe in the spiritual world tend to be I'll just say like more broad sweeping in their thought patterns. So I don't know if any of them are listening, but if they are, they're just showing me. Hera's showing me. It's like they're just like following and marching in a group, following this one, and it's just. She's saying it's horror. It's that's what she's saying. She's like it's a bad alliance, because the small subject line here is alliance. It's a bad alliance, and she's saying some of those people may not be able to be saved, but they're following him off a cliff. They're following him off a ledge. Yeah, the spirits do not like this one. And they're saying he's been here before. So maybe not him personally, maybe the energy, maybe it's a little reminiscent of, particular past powers. Okay, that's as apolitical as I can make this sound, but she is warning very carefully of that alliance. I don't think they'll be able to do any harm to the ones that are opposing them. She's just showing me that it's just an awful alliance, because they're following him blindly. They're not listening to their true selves, she said. She keeps flashing denial. And as the description said, this could be generational, this thought process. It can be taught and passed down. So it's not necessarily, yes, there are some that have malintent, but it's not necessarily that these people are malevolent so much as that's what they've learned, that's what they know. But she said, still show them kindness. She says sheeple. She says still show them kindness. It's just, she just keeps showing me them marching. They're not gonna march. It's kind of like those 1930s propaganda movies, just a bunch of people marching. But the political leader there in the 1930s, that's not the same one, but it's of the same vein. That's what she's showing me. Okay, and the last card is Shakti, transformation. Alignment message. Sometimes people and situations come into your life as the kind of change agents that turn your life upside down. What you thought was real and expected is challenged by someone else's perspective or behavior, which you have no control over. This can be painful and deeply confusing, but the creator goddess Shakti wants to offer you her guidance. Can you see how everything that is off balance is serving you now, helping to open old wounds so they can finally heal? You know you are seeking this change, this magical metamorphosis for a better life for you and your loved ones. Right now, your alignment task is to love that part of yourself that sabotages your efforts to move forward. Love the insecure you, the one that is jealous, the one that sees not enough when the world is truly full of potential. Life loves you. The feminine aspect of the universe, the great goddess herself, all your angels and your guides and helpers, remind you that you came here as a spiritual being, learning to co-create the world anew. Okay, so I'm hearing several messages on that. This is a time in the world for, evidently, but for some not so evident, but this is a time of transformation, huge transformation, huge transformative powers are, this is what she's saying, huge transformative powers are being bestowed upon the world, upon individuals. So this time, as we are being called to stay indoors, stay inside, which causes us to go within, she is saying that you have the transformative powers to co-create, to make yourself how you would like to be. You won't be held back by the chains of who you were. You get to be who you want to be, who you wanted to be all along. So this is the gift. That's what she said. She said, this is the gift. Just like that. This is the gift of the universe. This is the gift that's been bestowed upon the people who will listen. That's what she's saying. Excuse me. And you're being supported in this transformation. Now, I just got this little conversation. Some of you may be wondering, like, what does it matter that I'm transforming now when all this stuff is happening in the world? It's just like what the goddess Scold was saying. The world isn't made up of, it's just not a globe that just got spit out into the space. That's not what their definition of the world is. In talking with you now, their definition of the world is every single person. She's saying every single person is a building block of the world. So, and she's saying the phrase, you can judge a society by the strength of its weakest link. So if each individual person is strengthening themselves, transforming themselves into becoming the best version of themselves, who they want to be, and they're saying giant and magnificent and wondrous and magical. And that is the foundation. Imagine what the actual society that will be built upon that foundation can be. She said, and those are my words. Those are very significant words. I mean, I go back and I play my own recordings just because, when I'm channeling, there's many people talking, and lots of times when I play it back, I don't even remember saying certain things because it wasn't my message. It's them. And so I myself learn along with you. Okay, I don't know how else to top this reading. These are very, let me shuffle. These are very, very deep, concise messages that match the level of energy right now in the world. So, okay, collectively what they're saying right now is that you're going through Okay, they're coming in heavy. What they're saying right now is you're going through a huge transformation phase. And the thing about transformation is that it can be very painful. But in going through the pain, learning about yourself, establishing or reestablishing connection with the divine, you are helping to transform the world into a better place. And they're saying, as we are more connected to the divine, we will move more divinely, we will have more divine actions. What does that mean? Meaning, oh, excuse me, I have no idea what's going on. I think allergies. Meaning, as we are more connected to the divine, being connected means knowing more of what is expected of us from the divine, following the principles of the divine more closely. And in knowing that, we will act more divinely in the world. They're saying we have removed the divine from every day so that now, and that was the message in the first card from the goddess Sophia, that now the new God is materialism. That isn't the new God. The dollar is the God. And that is just not true. And with all the powers that are in the universe, that conception is being corrected. Now, which way is everything going? Like I said, we don't know yet. I will try to do as many readings as I can to keep you updated on what is happening. Like I said, I don't really know. I don't think my tarot card can really top any of these messages, or I don't know how they can support these messages. Let me see if, okay, I keep looking at this deck. Let me see if there is a further message from the White Light Oracle. Here we go. We'll ask for any message in conjunction with the reading. Okay, I'm getting a message before the cards even get pulled. The message is that the world is very out of balance right now. We are, and I've said this in earlier readings, we are more of a patriarchal society. The image, concept, being of the being, presence, image, concept, being, presence of the sacred feminine has been suppressed and left out for, saying, centuries, if not millennia. So that is what's throwing us out of balance, because as we know, if we have too much of one thing, we are lopsided either way. So we're always about striking a balance, not going either way, but being balanced. So the message I'm getting is that if anyone in this new time is interested in connecting to the sacred feminine, not the divine feminine. I'm talking about the sacred feminine, Shekinah. I hope I pronounce her name. I say Shekinah. It could be Shekinah, but the sacred feminine Shekinah. They are welcome to. Doing so would help add balance to the world, if not the universe. So it's spelled Shekinah, and she's actually in this deck. Let's see if she comes out. And what I mean by sacred feminine is that we have the great beloved, the masculine energy of the one, the God, the divine, great beloved. But there is and always was the female energy, the feminine energy, the sacred feminine. But because of human concepts, she's been suppressed, removed from our memories. She's evident in some writings, I believe in the Kabbalah, the Jewish Kabbalah. I don't know if she's in the Talmud, but she's essentially wiped out in the Christian religions. But you're welcome to look her up. I know I will be. And then maybe we could do more on that. Okay, let me see. Maybe that is all that we were supposed to get from this deck. And it's funny, when the first time I ever got this deck, I did, a reading and, to get familiar with my deck. And the first card that ever fell out was Shekinah. Okay, I think that's the message from here. Oops. The sun, 417 hertz. The sun of 417 hertz. Now remember, you can look these up on YouTube and you'll hear music that is along, or sounds, I'll say sounds, that is along the frequencies of these cards. 400, and they're special frequencies. They're not just random. Okay. The sun. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Okay, so they wanted to give you that card because they wanted to let you know that this will pass. This too will pass. We will come out of the spiritual winter that we're being subjected to, and you will come out into the sun, into the sunlight, outside. So that is their message. Okay, I'm feeling like they've said everything that they need to. I don't want to cover the goddesses anymore. I'll put that here. So I feel like these are all the messages. These are very deep messages. There's worlds in each message. So make sure to replay the video and hear what the goddesses have to say. And also please consider looking into the sacred feminine, Shekinah. So I hope this was helpful and it resonated, and I hope it was of some comfort at this time. Thank you for joining me and for your support, and welcome to my new subscribers. I don't know what I'm going to file this under, but I hope that it'll get to all the people that's supposed to be listening. So again, thank you. I'm sending you love, healing, and blessings and good health. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye.